Hello there, this is a quick intro. This episode includes before and after, which happens first. And then if you want to see what the title is more about, it is more about where this business is headed. And that's like the second big portion of this video. And should be exciting. Thanks for watching. And on with the Crazy Picker Life with Wheeler, Dealer, and Banana Peeler. Good morning, fellow pickers, would-be adventurers. Dealer here with the Crazy Picker Life. Poking my head here in the office. Tuesday morning. Rainy outside, cold outside, nobody wants to be outside. Oh, I got a few orders to pack and a few things to do and get back and get my day going with the family and the kids. And today is work on the business day. So I have one project I know I'm going to do, and that's this cubby hole has been like this, a mess. For 2 years since we moved in this business. Not a big deal, but it's a win if I tackle it. So I'm going to tackle that later today and then make my list of some other things to work on. I'll show you more then. I'm going to get home and get my day started. Okay, let's play a little game. I don't know if I've played this game before, but it's called Before and After. Let's show you what this is. This is before, and this is my internet cubby where our internet comes in. There's a little bit of storage supplies. There's a few old monitors and stuff tucked back in there. That's before. Okay, so this is after. All the goodies are up there. I didn't reroute my red line, but that's all right. I wasn't totally after visual. I wanted to get all the goods on the top shelf and clean that up. This shelf I can use for a few other things, and this one is completely free of electronics. I just have to be careful of my cord there so I can put packing supplies, and then this I didn't change down here. That's just overflow for paper rolls, and I throw all my totes here, and then BP comes in once a week and puts those back at the starting point. When I pack stuff, I take a sticker off a tote if there's a number on there, and I throw the tote there, and then those go back in the cycle once a week. The other thing I had to do was my entry sign here did not reach. The cord did not reach, and so I needed to move that to the middle. And now when we come in our office, this was sort of a dark zone where people would come in and not be able to find the on-off switch, and now you can come in and that will be like a night light, entry, exit light, all the time on. So we'll see how that bulb lasts in there. Okay. Okay, this is the chute where we receive stuff, and what has happened here is this is some stuff from our last Denver trip. There's some watches, camera stuff, a few other miscellaneous things. Most of the stuff on here that I will be listing is up in my area where it sort of stays and stares at me until I list it. And then this becomes also a dumping ground for things from the front that come to the back. So this is before. And this is after. Now, the chute, for those of you that haven't been watching the show for a while, this is where we bring things and lay them out, not only to show off in the video, but we lay them out, we separate them in different totes, and then that allows us to list them as needed. Some of the things go to my office, some of the things go to BP, Banana Peeler, and some of the things go to Wheeler. Some of the things go on our back storage. And some of the items get thrown out and or disposed of. Now, some of the things coming in this back room, December, I'm lining myself up for finish off listing everything I have month. And so by the end of the year, by the end of December, I'm going to have gone through everything that's hiding way back over there. There's a few things here. There's a pocket of large and small items over there that need to be processed by me. And I've probably got 10 or 12 items stuffed in here yet. This is all pretty much consolidated back stock. Some of that I can list. Much of that is Wheeler. That's going to the front room to work out with. And then I've got to go through a bunch of this yet. Some of this is for me to list. There's some big items in here, some big money items that I need to list that take a little time. There's a telescope in here, and back here is a nice fold-up, roll-up kayak and a bunch of stuff that goes along with that. I also need to figure out how to get rid of this 1900-ish. It's all folded up and put away. Tripod that we should be able to get rid of somehow or another. I need to get rid of that though. That's Wheeler stuff. That's just his personal stuff that doesn't fit in his office. So, getting rid of all that stuff and listed in December is going to free me up for some more picking in January. And of course, I'm buying and selling signs, and I'll continue to be buying those and posting those as we go. Now I've got some more stuff over here that I need to make some decisions on. There's some bigger camera store signs here, and I feel pretty confident I can list and ship those now, so I probably will get those listed too. So December, without getting off of before and after here, December is going to be a bigger listing month for me again, and it's going to be a closeout month to get rid of all those things I just have been putting off to list. I probably have 50 to 100 items that are like that will close out the year, and that will feel good getting those done. Okay, next. Okay, so here's a big before. And of course we have the news now that we are moving and building a building. And so within the next 12 months, we're moving out of here. And so that changes my mindset on certain things. And talked to my landlord today. It's unknown, but if the building sells, we may have to move to the other side of this building. As opposed to move out early and or move to my home base early before the building is built. So that's in the back of my mind. However, this is before, and I'll explain what's coming after when I have after. And after. Okay, so this month we're working for sort of an organizer to put underneath the TV. It won't be very big, but it'll be right there so we can hold some audio components and some speakers and some things like that, remote controls, keep that all organized. We'll just get one that lines up with the edge of the TV. I'm not sure if that's where the gaming system is going to end up, but for now that's where it is. That corner will have more or less nothing in it except a big huge beanbag chair soon. And everything is subject to moving. I've got this we bought for basically nothing, and I'm hoping it works. It came from a high-end home, and I'm assuming it works. It's a Kenwood system. I believe it's a 5-way, I don't know, but it's got a thumper box, a center speaker, 2 front speakers, and I threw it way back there. It'll probably go up here, and the other one I think I put back here, and it'll go up there. Where'd it go? I don't know. Oh, there he is, down in there. So I've got to get a few quick measurements and get some speaker wire ordered. Before I do that, I'll probably have to test and make sure we've got 5 channels. I had a Kenwood system 20 years ago, maybe a little longer, about 20 years ago, and 2 of the channels actually blew out. So I'm hoping this one is hardier and in better shape. I need a vacuum job by Banana Peeler, one of my helpers, and we should be closer to surround, whatever you want to call it, 1999, 2005, whatever, updated speaker system for our stereo viewing TV experience. Okay, before and after is over. I would like to do more, but I've got a couple more things to do coming up soon, like right when I turn this off. I'm going to go to work, but I want to draw a picture of what I envision this organization to be 12 months from now. And I think that will help some people understand where I'm heading. I think most of you understand where I'm heading, but I want to be clear on it, not only for myself, but for Wheeler, if he continues to want to be involved. And you know, everybody wonders, when's Wheeler leaving? What's Wheeler doing? Da 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 da. He's part of this organization, and he's a big part of this organization. The plan is laid. If he wants to stay, great. If he wants to venture out, which I think he can do while staying, or if he wants to go out, not a problem. He can come back. This is not like a dictatorship or anything like that. I'm a good guy. I want him to be here. I want him to be a part of this. I want this to go on, whatever entrepreneurial direction it goes, whatever entrepreneurial direction my kids want to go, that's all part of this. So let me get that drawn up here, okay? All right, so I drew a diagram, and I'm going to try to explain it as succinctly as possible. Where we are in the business right now, I currently list general merchandise, which is what I like to call it. It is probably 33% of the sales. I also list some test strips that come in. That's probably another 10% of the sales. 60 or whatever, 57 or 60% of the sales right now are watches and cameras, okay? So it's probably 60-40. It might even be a little heavier on cameras and watches. Currently, I do all the packing. I do all the supplies ordering. I do all the running around. I am part of the picking crew. I'm part of the throughput crew, making sure that stuff comes in and goes out and everything in between. I handle customer service issues. I am chief bottle washer. I make all the big decisions and move everything around. I am still involved somewhat in the bookkeeping. I'm still a guy that does the taxes. I'm the person that deals with big money decisions like leases and purchases and acquisitions like computers and equipment and things like that. Now, with all that said, Wheeler is a huge asset. He does all the listing, or 95% of the listing for cameras and watches. Banana Peeler does a bunch of the general merchandise and is learning. Wheeler does some of the customer service. He's part of the picking crew, a big part of the picking crew. and just, I get to bounce a lot of things off him and take his input in. Banana peeler also does quite a bit of the maintenance around here. He breaks down boxes, he takes out the garbage, he does things like vacuuming and other projects that I have him do. I forgot Wheeler makes the coffee. My wife Lon has been taking charge of the bookkeeping. She's going to be instrumental along the financial end, and we're going to have a meeting here pretty soon with a financial person, and we're going to decide what direction that goes. So that's currently where we're at. Now, here's where we're heading. The green boxes are sort of like the business. We have a picking on top. We do a lot of picking to get our items in. Pick well, right? Listing to the left. We have currently 3 listing units, including me and Pink. Wheeler's there, banana peelers there. There could be more listers in the future. In the middle, there's management, money, taxes. On the right, there's packing, inventory management, supplies, like ordering boxes and all the things that are consumables. Here's what I would like to do. I would like to focus on the picking end of it. I love the picking, so I will definitely always be involved in the picking. That's circled. Management. I will be involved in the management of this business as long as I am involved in this business, or until I want to walk away and leave that to somebody else. That doesn't mean that I'm going to be the only person involved in the management with this business. However, that's where I'm at right now. Lon, my wife, is also part of the management currently, and maybe more so in the future. That doesn't mean that other people won't be involved in the management. Wheeler definitely has a foot in the management of this business. There's just things that he is involved in that his input is valuable. The item over here under listing is my X circled. I always want to be in touch with listing something. I've already expressed interest in old, rare, expensive beer signs. That is currently where I'm heading. That could change. That is that. The items underlined are things that I want to not have on my plate as a primary business. Over on the listing, I do not want to list watches or cameras. I do not want to list general merchandise. If we have other people, including our children, join us in this business, I do not want to list those things. I think certain markets like cameras and possibly watches are large enough, certainly general merchandise is large enough, that we could bring other family members in or even outside people. Wheeler may move up to be somebody that would train some people or be involved in the management or the oversight of a larger camera or watch department if that is the direction that we go. Anybody in our business there's a possibility they could leave the business. If anybody leaves the business, we will replace them, or we will downsize until we can. That's not a problem. At this point, it is what it is. So in the middle, underline money and underline taxes. I want to always have my hands on that as part of the management, but I want to get rid of the bookkeeping off my plate, which I've started. I want to get rid of the taxes off my plate, which I've started, and bill paying and projections, all that. I want to get rid of some of that, and I'm working on that. On the right-hand side, the packing, I do all the packing. I would like to get rid of that. That may be coming. That will be coming. It's just a matter of when and who or whose. Inventory management, I also want to get rid of that for the most part. And again, that's to be announced. And supply ordering and keeping track of all that kind of thing. It's a bigger job than you think. Those of you that are involved in this business, keeping envelopes, boxes, and toner and everybody's computer running and all those things does take monitoring and time. It's not a huge job, but it's a job. So that is the current, and where we're heading is hopefully to bring some of my other children on board as a experience for them, and certainly a boon to the business. They could, if they desire, any one of them, all of them, be part of the growth of this business. We can grow the listing side, we can grow the picking side, and we can manage the rest of it. It can get as big as we need it to be, or stay as small as it needs it to be. My wife Lon hopefully will join the business eventually full-time, and there are things that she would do well at and could do here. So that is it. Now, why did I draw this? I just wanted to clarify this. Some comments came in, and, you know, I got to take them with a grain of salt, but some people understand, and some people think, oh my goodness, you know, all you're doing is working off the backs of others. Oh my gosh. What do people think a business that's growing is? That a business can just manage itself, that there's nobody that has to make decisions, there's nobody that has to do planning. This is my second or third day of working on my business instead of in it. And so I'm starting to formulate where we're going, what we're doing. That takes thought and planning. Sure, I can be a one-person show. I've done that. Sure, I can be a partnership like with Wheeler. I've done that. But we're taking this thing to the next level over the next few years. And so stepping back and doing the planning session is great. Now, before Wheeler, I had a extremely successful business on eBay several times over. And I might talk about that sometime. In fact, I have talked about that in the past. I made a choice at one point that, hey, cameras is a good market. Wheeler was just really excited about what I was doing in the business when he was like, 9 years old, 10 years old, 11 years old, and just passionate about certain things. And so it grew from there, and he's great at what he does. So I'm not there to stop that. But anybody that thinks that I just ride off the back of my kids or whatever, that's ridiculous and really, frankly, stupid. So, when you're in business, you get a different viewpoint of what's going on. I am hoping that there's a succession plan here. In fact, part of what I do is think about that and work on that. And somebody in my family is going to be the management of this business someday, I feel. And the other people are going to work with them and around them. Some people are meant to be leaders, managers, business builders, and other people can be very skilled in the areas that they're skilled at. But if you want to build an organization, you can't have all one thing. It doesn't work that way. It just doesn't work that way. I don't know why I feel I always need to explain myself. I think there's just a lot of perception out there on what goes on, and of course there are people that are always negative about things. There are people that have questions and don't know exactly how to express them. There are some people that just don't get it, and I can't help everybody, okay? I just can't help everybody, even though I guess I'm trying to help some. Okay, enough, poor dealer. I don't go into poor dealer mode. I don't know what that, Okay, so here's what I've got to do with the rest of my night. I've got a little more work to do on the building idea. That has been percolating and working itself out. It's a little more work than I originally thought. I'm making progress. I think we have picked somebody to go with out of the two, and we're laying plans to inch forward and to move forward. And I think with a project like that, you can hit certain walls, and you just got to sit at that wall and think and percolate and talk it through, and then you get over that wall. And so today, again, we felt like we got over a small wall, and I've got a direction to go, and I've got to look over some of that information and lay out some of the next steps, and that's just what it is. My time and energy is leveraged, and I am running day in and day out, doing things around here, and homeschool and my family, etc. And so it doesn't take a lot of like big things to kind of bog me down. So I've got to take some of those in stride. The other thing I have to do is make a detailed list, but I'm trying to get some more of our financials to Lon so that we can have a real clear picture of month to month, where we're headed and where we've been. And we're getting ready to sit down with a serious financial person that charges a couple $100 an hour, and we're going to get some questions answered, straighten this thing out, and get ready to head in a solid direction. So about a month ago, I decided that I would start taking one more day off a week, kind of to re-energize and just reconnect with my family. The time had come. The business is doing well. I would take one day off a week, and it would be a recovery day for the most part. I've started to take the second day off a week, and it's been better and better and better. Really enjoying that. This week it's going to be Thursday I'm taking off, and Sunday. I also started a few weeks ago removing myself from packing orders, removing myself from listing, removing myself from the day-to-day for another day a week, and that's where I've just been working on the business. Today I took care of some things that had been bothering me. I just wanted to get to them and finalize them, some before-after things, and worked a little bit on this organizational chart looking thing, and then some other things that I mentioned just a few minutes ago, and it's been great. So time passes quickly. You know, make your steps count, make your days count, make your hours count. Do what you need to do. Thanksgiving's coming up. If you're traveling, travel safe. Tomorrow's Wednesday. We're going to have just a regular day. We're going to try to wrap it up reasonably early tomorrow night. On Thursday, we're heading out early, very early, to a race with the boys. Wheeler, Banana Peeler, and Benjamin are going to be racing a 5K, which is 3.1 miles, somewhere in Denver. That will be fun. The rest of the day, when we get home, we're going to have a Thanksgiving dinner, and Lon has promised football. I guess there's 3 games on, so relaxing with some football in the late afternoon, evening hours, spending time with family. And then Friday will be a regular work day and a school day. Saturday will be a regular work day. That is the plan. Thanks for watching. I appreciate all the comments, even the ones that I don't understand. I appreciate them. It gives me an idea of how I come off in my videos, what's coming out of my mouth, how some people perceive things. I don't have to agree with everything. You know, whatever. I do appreciate the comments and the thumbs up and the support and you subscribers. Everything. Pick well. List often. Dealer is out.
Hey, Wheeler.
Dealer Production.